Hey Astro Kids, and welcome back. And this is your horoscope for the upcoming transit of Mercury entering into the sign of Cancer. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. So up on the screen here are the details of this transit of Mercury in Cancer, and this will take place from July 16th through the 31st. So very short window here. This is a great opportunity to make use of this energy, especially as we have so many planets that are aligned. Mercury especially is going to be strong as it comes into our last nakshatra here in the sign of Cancer, which is a Mercury nakshatra here in Ashlesha. Mercury, as it moves through this sign of Cancer here, it will receive an aspect over from Jupiter and Saturn. So as Saturn is aspecting over to this Mercury, this definitely is supporting this, where this can give us a ton of clever and strategic ways of approaching our task in life. Jupiter is here also to help this. Remember that Jupiter is in the sign of Pisces at home, and we have this Mercury that's going on in Cancer, where Jupiter gets exalted. So this is an excellent time for those who are needing some support to seek out a mentor through this Jupiter Pisces. This is excellent for following your intuition, for trusting your inner guidance at this time. Saturn can bring a little bit of a pessimistic viewpoint, but gives us excellent strategy and a very cautious approach to how we are going to manage things, how we're going to move in terms of getting towards our goals in life. This Mercury, of course, is a friend to Saturn. Mercury is all about the tangible world, how we're able to manipulate things to our advantage, our development of our skills, our communication, our ability to flourish in business, in the corporate world. All of our logical skills and ability to analyze everything on a practical level. And so this has everything to do with our career, our finances, how we are moving towards our goals at this time. Mercury is all about this, and here in the sign of Cancer, Mercury is excellent for connecting with others. Cancer is a very emotional sign. It comes from the heart, where this is all about creating emotional intimacy and connection with others. And so this could support you very well in your career, especially for those who are in a creative profession, those who are entrepreneurs, everyone who is doing something that is coming straight from their heart. This Mercury will support you in some great success during this transit. Now, while this transit of Mercury in Cancer can support us in terms of connecting with others, relating with others, and this can be excellent in terms of our success in business, thinking in very clever ways, thinking in very creative ways at this time. This can even support those who are involved in anything where you are working from home or where you are working with property, real estate. This is an excellent time for construction. Anything where you are doing interior decorating, design, all of this is related to Cancer, as Cancer is connected to the fourth house of our chart, relating back to the home. Any kind of teaching, mentoring, caring for others, giving others advice, any kind of therapy, all of this is under this Mercury Cancer influence. But this is very difficult in terms of dealing with finances and resources. This Cancer is controlled by the moon, and the moon is very fluctuating, constantly changing and moving. And we will have the moon ahead of this Mercury transit over in the sign of Leo, where there's a lot of this spending on luxurious things, doing things that you love, that you enjoy. So you want to pay close attention to how you are managing your finances and your resources with this fluctuation of the moon here, with this rulership of Cancer. You want to make sure that you are paying attention to this, or that you are seeking out some support through others, seeking out a mentor, an advisor that can help you with dealing with your finances is very important during this transit. We will also see Mercury shift through 3 different nakshatras as it comes to the sign of Cancer. The first is Punarvasu, and this started back in Gemini, so we will still be in this nakshatra as we switch over to Cancer. And in this Cancer part of Punarvasu, which is the last quarter, this is a very auspicious part of this nakshatra that has everything to do with luck and fortune. This is the return. Remember that Punarvasu is the return of the light, and here in this Cancer portion of this nakshatra, this is the ultimate return, the abundance through helping, through generosity, through kindness. This is the karmic return through all of these good actions. Now also, as we see the moon shift ahead into Pushya, this is also another auspicious nakshatra and very much related to teaching, healing, helping, compassion. And so this is an excellent time for those who are working in those healing professions, who are working as a therapist, who are working as a coach, as an advisor. All of these areas where you're nurturing others, where you're teaching, where you're mentoring, helping others. This is huge with this Mercury transit, that you will see great success in these areas. Pushya also is a very spiritual nakshatra, and so we can see that Mercury coming through these nakshatras of Cancer is excellent for anyone who is doing any kind of mystical work, deep research. This is an excellent time to dive deep into those subjects and to gain a ton of understanding from this. But again, this is a very emotional transit where this is not a great transit for making rational decisions or dealing with financial matters. So you want to approach everything with great caution. And this is especially true as we come into the last nakshatra of Ashlesha. As we come into Ashlesha, this is a very intense nakshatra where you can see dramatic ups and downs and very high levels of reaction and impulse. So you want to be careful about any kind of decisions that you're making, especially as we come very close to the Gandanta point, which falls at the last 3°20' of Cancer. That transition from Cancer to Leo is very intense. You want to be careful about any kind of quick decisions that you're making regarding your finances and business decisions. You want to make sure that you're checking over all the details, making sure that you're being very cautious in all of your actions that you're taking. However, this also can be a very ingenious time where you can use your skills, use your creativity to your advantage. Ashlesha is also a Mercury nakshatra and very clever, very skillful, very crafty. So this is an excellent time to put your creativity and your intelligence to use. This is also an excellent time for any kind of spiritual practices. Once again, Ashlesha has everything to do with mysticism and deep secrets, hidden knowledge, uncovering the deep information. And so this is excellent for research, for all of your deep spiritual studies. So let's talk about how this transit of Mercury in Cancer will affect each of you according to your zodiac signs. And just a quick disclaimer that this is not according to Western tropical astrology. This will be according to Vedic astrology, which is using the sidereal zodiac. So if you are not familiar with what your sidereal zodiac sign is, there is a link to a calculator down below in the description that will give you the correct information. Another disclaimer is that this is not according to your sun sign. This will be according to your moon sign or your ascendant sign. The ascendant is a map, a blueprint of your life. It shows all of the karmic patterns and lessons that show up for you. And the moon is how you are relating to all of this on a personal level. It is what you're perceiving through your external reality and through your mind. So these are the most important areas that you want to read your chart from. Starting off, for those of you with an Aries moon or Aries ascendant, this will be Mercury transiting through your 4th house. And Mercury is your 3rd and 6th house ruler. So this is an excellent time to work towards any kind of future plans that you have for yourself. This is an excellent time for deep contemplation, to go inward about how you are going to approach things in your business, in your career, in any kind of pursuits that you have at this time. This can be a very difficult time regarding family and home. There can be some restlessness happening in this area. And as Mercury comes into this conjunction with the Sun, there can especially be some disagreement or confrontation going on with authority figures within the home. And so you want to keep some peace of mind at this time. This is a great time to develop any kind of coping skills that are going to give you some peace of mind, some relaxation. This is excellent for exploring your creativity, exploring your skills once again. For those of you with a Taurus moon or Taurus ascendant, this will be Mercury transiting through your third house. Excellent position, and Mercury is an excellent planet for your chart as it rules over your second house. This is a great time to work on your skills, to work on any projects that you have. We have this Mercury energy also controlling your fifth house. So all of your speaking abilities, all of your talents, this is an excellent time for singers, for public speakers, anyone who's using their voice in a way where they are using this in the public, using this as their skill. This is excellent. This is a great time to work towards your financial gains. And this could be a time where you are looking towards speculation or looking towards entrepreneurship pursuits, and this can be excellent with this fifth house involved. For those of you with a Gemini moon, Gemini ascendant, this will be Mercury transiting through your second house, and Mercury is your ruler. So a lot of you are heavily focused on your finances at this time. This can be a time where you're a little bit worried in this area, but you have all the skills that you need to really level up in terms of your finances and gains. This Mercury is excellent as it is aspecting over to your eighth house, where we have Saturn supporting this, where you have a ton of skills at your disposal to gain some resources. This can be a big time for making some surprises in this area with this eighth house involved, surprise gains coming in and surprise areas of speculation. This Mercury that is in the second house also can make you highly connected to your family. This can be a huge time where you are having friendly relations with your family members, and this can be excellent. Very supportive time for you, where others are coming in and supporting you through this transit. For those of you with a Cancer moon, Cancer ascendant, this will be Mercury transiting through your first house. And Mercury is a bit of a tricky planet as it controls your third and 12th house. But this is an excellent time with Mercury and Sun in your first house, where you have a ton of charisma, especially when it comes to your speaking ability. We have Sun ruling over your second house of speech and Mercury ruling over your third house of communication. So this is an excellent time of popularity, of some growth in your career through your speaking abilities, through your ability to be charismatic and magnetic through your voice. This can be very noticeable in areas of friendship and business. This can be an excellent time where you're more friendly, more social, looking to do more things in your life, more so adventurous, looking to travel, looking to explore. This can be an excellent time for this. This can also be a great time for your learning, especially when it comes to deep occult subjects with Mercury controlling that 12th house. Any kind of deep research where you're digging deeper for information, where you're going into your intuition, looking for some deep insight, this is heavily supported. For those of you with a Leo moon, Leo ascendant, this will be Mercury in your 12th house. Very tricky transit. Mercury, of course, is ruling over your two money houses, the 2nd and the 11th, and has gone behind you in the 12th house. And so this could be a time where you feel that you're at a financial loss, or where you have drawn out some expenses at this time. This can also be a time where you are very luxurious, where you're comfort seeking, where you're splurging in this area, looking to have fun, looking to have a good time. This could also be a time where you're seeking to travel. And so this is definitely a time where you want to be wise about your decisions and choices financially. But this is an excellent time for any kind of travel, for any kind of spiritual studies, any kind of relaxation with friends. This 11th house especially has opened you up to some new people in your social circles who you can connect with. This can be foreign connections, as this 12th house is related to foreign affairs also. This is a huge time where you are in more of a relaxation mode, and this can be a time of recollecting yourself in terms of your finances, your energy, your focus. This is a huge time where you can lose some focus and become very restless. So you want to find ways to relax your mind to cope with this. This can be a great time for meditation. For those of you with a Virgo moon, Virgo ascendant, this will be Mercury transiting through your 11th house. Excellent time. Mercury is your chart ruler and your 10th house ruler of career. So this can bring in some brand new connections, clients, people coming into your life who can help you in terms of your career success. This is excellent for expanding your network circle, expanding your friend circle. This can be a very social and friendly time for you where you're meeting new people. This is excellent in terms of connecting with others. Again, that 11th house is controlled by Cancer, so you're excellent at connecting with people, making these emotional connections, and being this nurturing figure, this person that others come to for support. So you can see a lot of activity happening in this 11th house where many people are coming to you looking for your guidance, looking for your support at this time. This can be a very popular time for those of you with Virgo moon, Virgo ascendant. For those of you with a Libra moon, Libra ascendant, this will be Mercury transiting through your 10th house. This is your house of career, and Mercury is a very positive planet for your chart, as it rules over that 9th house of your chart. And so this is an excellent time for your growth in career. This is excellent for any kind of mentors, teachers coming in. This can be excellent for your education, applying all of this knowledge and wisdom into your career. And this can be an excellent time for people who are looking to you for some guidance, for some support. Of course, this is Mercury, which is also the ruler of your 12th house. So you could have something career related that has to do with travel at this time, making foreign connections. This could also be a great time for excelling in your spiritual studies. 9th and 12th house, both connected to spirituality, coming into this 10th house of mastery. This is an excellent time for any kind of spiritual studies, religious studies. All of this is being supported. This can be a very adventurous time where there are new opportunities opening up to you. For those of you with a Scorpio moon, Scorpio ascendant, this will be Mercury transiting through your 9th house. And Mercury is a bit of a tricky planet as it rules over that 8th house, but also ruling over your 11th house. So this can be a time of some sudden luck and fortune coming into your life, some up and down tides in your finances and your career. This can also be a great time for education, though, where you can see some unexpected growth for those who are studying at this time. This is excellent for any kind of studying, research that you're doing, any kind of religious, spiritual practices, gaining some deeper wisdom and insight through this. This could also be a time of traveling, of long distance travel with this Mercury in the 9th house. This is excellent, and you want to be careful of any kind of confrontation with authority figures. This 9th house, of course, is related to the father, to teachers, and this can show some ups and downs in those relationships, especially with this conjunction to the sun. For those of you with a Sagittarius moon or Sagittarius ascendant, this will be Mercury transiting through your 8th house. This can be a very unpredictable time. This Mercury energy is very changeable, and of course this 8th house is the house of sudden events. Mercury is also a very tricky planet for those of you, as it is ruling over that 7th and 10th house of your chart. This can be excellent in terms of finances and business, though, but again, you can see some fluctuation occurring in your finances. Lots of ups and downs at this time, sudden surprises, sudden moments of gains and fortune, and sudden moments of losses. This Mercury is excellent for any kind of exploration, for diving deeper into mystical subjects, into any kind of research that you're doing. If you're working in a career that's behind the scenes, that involves a ton of research and digging for information, this is heavily supported with this Mercury transit. For those of you with a Capricorn moon or Capricorn ascendant, this will be Mercury transiting through your 7th house. And so this is an excellent time of connecting with others. As Mercury comes into the 7th house, this opens you up in terms of the marketplace, your business partners, any kind of opportunities that have to do with communication, connecting, contracts, dealings. This also can be a time where you're having a lot of fun with your partner for those of you who are in a marriage. This is an excellent time where your partner can be more fun, more humorous, more talkative. There can be a lot of adventure going on in this area of relationships. For those of you with an Aquarius moon or Aquarius ascendant, this will be Mercury transiting through your 6th house. And so this is an excellent time for any kind of chores, responsibilities that need to get done. You're on top of everything as Mercury comes into the 6th house. This can be excellent for your health, excellent for all of your day-to-day responsibilities. But Mercury coming into here does set a very serious tone where many of you are very work-oriented, workaholics with this Mercury coming into the 6th house. You want to pay close attention to your health and how you are managing things, making sure that you're getting enough sleep. We have Saturn, your sign, that's gone back in that 12th house, indicating that this is time for you to take care of your sleep habits, to take care of everything that is needed on a mental level. Mercury coming into the 6th house also could bring some kind of connection with a pet coming in. This is an excellent time for any kind of chores, responsibilities, taking care of others, doing service. All of this is being benefited with this Mercury transit. This is also an excellent time for those of you who are in education, working towards your studies. You can find that you're more on task, more so applying yourself and receiving some excellent results in this area. For those of you with a Pisces moon, Pisces ascendant, this will be Mercury transiting through your 5th house. Mercury is a bit of a tricky planet for those of you as it controls over your 3rd and 8th house. This can cause some misinterpretation in your communication and how you're expressing yourself. This is not a great transit for anything rational or practical, but this is excellent for your creativity, excellent for your spirituality, religious studies. This is excellent in all of those areas. This is a great time for developing your skills, developing your creativity, putting anything that you are doing on display at this time and getting some great success through this. This can be a very fortunate time, but again, this can create some kind of disruption in your communication. This can cause some issues around children when it comes to communication as well. You want to be careful in this area. You can see some ups and downs occurring.